Welcome, everybody. I think possibly you have experienced what I have experienced this week in the stay-at-home continuation here. I have been full of Zoom meetings of different sorts, business Zoom meetings and friend Zoom meetings. And I teach some art classes online, and I completely spaced out one of my classes I was supposed to teach yesterday. And I couldn't believe it because I have my schedule. I've been doing it for quite a while. And I sent a note to everyone, and one of the people came back and said, "Oh, I totally understand. I call that quarantine brain." I thought that's so perfect. Right now, we are just so up in our heads. A lot of us are up in our heads trying to figure out what to do, trying to figure out how to connect with people. And there's a lot of thinking going on, trying to figure out how to do the technology on the computer. And so quarantine brain, the solution to that is to quiet down the body and to allow yourself to come more into balance with the earth. The earth is steady. The earth is balanced. It's not scrambling to get something done. Everything happens in its own time. And we are part of Earth. We are part of nature. And so we, at this time, would benefit greatly to just calm the body, slow down, get into our feet, get into our seat, and ground with the earth right now. And take time to walk outside. And that's going to heal us. It's going to keep us more present in this moment. And before we begin our chair yoga practice today, I would like to, or as beginning the practice, I would like to share with you this poem because I think it really speaks to these times right now. So before I begin, I'd like for you to find a place that's comfortable to sit in your chair, where you can sit up tall and relax your arms, your shoulders, maybe relax your hands on your thighs, and just feel comfortable with a long spine. And you can even close your eyes. You don't really need to see me. I'm just going to be reading something here to share with you. And I want these words to be able to penetrate into your heart. Allow yourself to open up, to slow down right now, to sit on the chair, to feel your feet on the floor. Spread your toes. Lift your heels up and then place them back down firmly on the floor. Lift your toes up. Wiggle your toes a little and then spread the toes out and place them back on the floor, so that you feel connected. And you notice how you feel in your seat, in the seat of the chair. Our backs are away from the back of the chair, so we're sitting up tall and relaxing our shoulders and closing our eyes, preparing our heart to hear these words. This is called Pandemic by Lynn Ungar. What if you thought of it as the Jews consider the Sabbath, the most sacred of time? Cease from travel, cease from buying and selling. Give up just for now on trying to make the world different than it is. Sing, pray, Touch only those to whom you commit your life. Center down. And when your body has become still, reach out with your heart. Know that we are connected in ways that are terrifying and beautiful. You could hardly deny it now. Know that our lives are in one another's hands. Surely that has become clear. Do not reach out your hands. Reach out your heart. Reach out your words. Reach out all the tendrils of compassion that move invisibly where we cannot touch. Promise this world your love, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, so long as we shall live. What a beautiful poem and words that are wonderful to live by. Hopefully, as we move out of this COVID-19 scare eventually, I don't know when that will be, but hopefully we can make our world a much better place through having connected with the earth and taken some lessons from her, as opposed to taking resources all the time, but protecting and loving her and loving each other. Yeah. Like that poem. All right, good. So let's continue with our practice today. We're going to be doing some nice breathing and connecting to the breath in the body and the earth and our lungs, using it to revitalize our lungs and our system, our breathing, our respiratory system. So as we sit here right now, we can close our eyes. Maybe you want to come closer to the edge of your chair, walk your feet out a little bit so you're sitting a little bit more closely to the edge of the chair. Relax the shoulders down, and just we're taking moments here to connect with our body, letting go of expectations and judgments, letting go of competitions, and just moving and breathing today, staying in the present moment. We inhale and allow the belly to expand, the low belly. And a long, slow inhale, and it expands into the middle of the lungs and then into the upper lungs, all the way towards the collarbone. And then we exhale slowly through the nose. Inhaling again, allowing the belly to expand. And exhaling. We're going to take about 5 breaths here, just really connecting with our internal awareness. Nice slow inhales with an Ujjayi breath. And longer exhales. And we can take one more here. And let's bring our hands to our heart. And I'd like for you to think of something that you are grateful for today. Taking time to be grateful and to find gratitude helps us stay in the moment. We're not pushing forward with our mind, thinking about things to come. We're not examining what has happened already in the past, but we're coming into the present moment. What am I grateful for right now? What can expand into my heart? We can release our hands down. Good. And let's just roll the shoulders. Get a little of this tension out of the shoulders and the neck today. And as we move, we connect the breath to the movement. We can lift the arms up on an inhale and lower the arms down on the long exhale. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Allowing the movement to follow the speed of the breath. And then let's reverse this direction. Letting go of tension. Just noticing how we feel as we move here. And we'll pause with our hands on our thighs and just notice how that has helped in our body. And let's sweep the arms up to wherever we can go. Maybe they're all the way over our head today. Maybe they're at cactus arms. But we breathe in on the inhale, lifting up. Exhaling the arms back towards our lap, circling back and inhaling up and exhaling down, following the breath. Let's clasp our left arm as we reach up, and we're going to pull that left hand, feel the lengthening through the left side of the body. Lifting up, feeling our feet pressing into the floor, assisting in this extension of the spine. Breathing as we reach, feeling the rib cage on the left side expand and feeling perhaps a little squeeze into the right side. And then let's lift up and exhale the arms down. Maybe pause for a moment between sides and just see how that feels as the energy rushes down through that left side, that vibrancy. Let's sweep the arms up again on the inhale, and we're going to gaze up at the hands this time, reaching up. Looking up, lengthening through the spine, pressing into the feet. And let's clasp our right wrist, and we're going to lift and pull over the top. Breathing here. With each inhale, the right ribs expand a little more. And with each exhale, we draw the belly in. Squeezing onto the left side. Good. And then let's lift up and relax the arms back down into our lap. And let's notice how that feels. Tipping our chin down towards the chest. Feeling a nice stretch in the back of the neck here. We can turn if you'd like, if that would feel good. Turn the chin to the right and then to the left. Feeling a stretch on the side of the neck. Let's lift the head again, looking up towards the ceiling without pinching the back of the neck. We still want to have a little space back here. Lifting more with the heart, opening with the heart and the shoulders down. Exhaling chin to chest. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling chin to chest. And let's sweep the chin over to the right shoulder now. We're going to press it down, gazing down towards the right shoulder. Feeling a stretch on the left side of the neck. You could even take your left hand and maybe massage into the top of the shoulder and into the neck if that'd feel good. Ease some of those muscles. Massaging with the tips of your fingers up these tight muscles. Just asking them to release, to soften a little. And then we're going to look up over the right shoulder and exhale down. And inhale up and exhale down. And inhale up and exhale down. Good. Let's swing the chin through the center of the chest again and over to the left shoulder this time. Gazing down towards the left shoulder. And this time we can take our other hand and massage the right side of the neck if that would feel good to you. Using your fingertips, pressing into the skin here and into those muscles. Maybe even out onto the top of the shoulder a little. Whatever would feel good here. And then we're going to lift up over the left shoulder, gazing up. And exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. And let's allow the chin to come to our center and lift up so we are parallel. Chin is parallel to the floor. And we're going to just pause here for a moment, sitting tall, noticing how the neck and the head feel. If there's any less intensity there, if there's less achiness there, perhaps. Let's roll the shoulders again, lifting up and back and down and forward. Up and back and down and forward. We keep a lot of tension in the shoulders and the neck. We just really allow ourselves now to melt that. Let's go the other direction. Remembering we're connecting with the wisdom of the body, with the feeling of the body right now. We're not trying to think through everything and figure out why something feels the way it is or whatever. We're just noticing and moving and breathing right now. Good. Nice big inhale, long, slow exhale. We're going to use a different kind of a breath right now. We're going to be inhaling a nice long inhale as we raise our arms up. And as we come back, the hands will come together, and we're going to exhale through the mouth in a small aperture, just like we're exhaling through a little cocktail straw. So we bring our lips around that cocktail straw, and we exhale slowly as the hands come back to the heart. As we're feeling that exhale, we should notice the lower belly here between the left and the right hip. That low belly is being drawn in as we're exhaling through that straw, and it is pushing that air out all the way. So let's try that again. We're going to inhale, allow the belly to expand. Hands come together. We blow through the straw slowly. And your speed of your exhale may be different than mine, and that's okay. So you're going to be moving and breathing with your rhythm, your own rhythm, but this should be a slow inhale. Your hands are following the rhythm of your breath. And then the hands come together. We blow through the straw, long, slow exhale, noticing the belly drawing up, squeezing the air out. Inhale, exhale. So you have a nice tone in the belly, you're squeezing. Noticing it squeezing in, then relaxing, inhaling up, exhaling. Two more. Feeling the tone in the belly on that exhale. Let's relax the hands down. Come back to a nice, easy breath. Close your eyes and just notice as we pause here with our movement to feel what that has done. Do you notice that maybe your mind is a little bit more calm with that breath? That's a good technique to use at any time during your day if you need to bring yourself back into a present, into the earth, to ground yourself again, as opposed to being a lot of thinking and activity. Good. Let's extend our left leg out to the side now. And we're going to lean down onto our left knee with our elbow. We're not going to collapse down into this elbow or let our shoulders collapse. We're going to press in to this elbow and lift our shoulder strongly. This right arm is going to reach up, and then we're going to sweep forward and grab an oar, an imaginary oar, and pull it back, bending the elbows, squeezing back. Inhale forward, exhale back, squeeze. Inhale forward, exhale back. Looking up at the ceiling, squeeze. Inhale forward, exhale. And again, we're resisting with this right arm, squeezing with the fist, squeezing back, looking up at the ceiling at the end, and reaching forward. One more time, reach that oar, pull it through the waves, and squeeze back, look up. Good, and let's release that hand and come back into our center. Good, we're going to pause here after that movement and see how that might feel, how things feel different on one side than the other perhaps. Then we're going to step out with the right foot, bring the right elbow down, and we're going to sweep forward, reaching across the body as far as we can. And we're feeling a nice stretch through the spine and through the whole left rib cage. Left side, reaching forward, grabbing that oar and pulling it back. At the same time, I'm pressing in with my right elbow, staying strong here. Squeeze and reach forward and exhale. Inhale forward, exhale, pulling that oar through the water, squeezing. This is strong movement, but slow. Exhaling, and as we're exhaling, we feel the low belly squeeze in. Looking up on that squeeze. Exhaling back. Squeeze, look up and reach forward. Exhale as we return back. Squeeze the belly in. Expand on the inhale. Exhale back. Let go of the oar and reach forward. Let's do one more here. Resist, 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 resist. And look up. And we'll let go and bring that foot back underneath us. Oh, let's just sit tall and relax the shoulders and notice, pay attention to our body. How does it feel? Notice how our breath is right now, the quality of the breath. Notice if your mind is with you here, if it's in this present moment, if it's paying attention to the body as opposed to thinking about thoughts of future or of the past. Our breath usually is very helpful in bringing us back to our body, to this present moment. Yeah, good. Let's rotate our hands. And the other direction. I'm having a little clicking in my wrists today. It's a lot of vata energy, air energy in my body here. Shake the hands. Let's shake them. Shake them to the side. Let's be kind of vigorous about this if you're able to. Do what you can with your body today. Let's reach up and shake. Sideways, up and down. Shake behind us as we hinge forward. And we're going to come back and place the hands on our thighs. You should feel some energy moving, tingling in the hands right now. Yeah, good. Let's circle sweep up. Exhale, we're going to hinge forward at the waist. Arms come out to the side. We're drawing in the belly here so that we stay on our chair and not fall off. Our knees are lined up right underneath or right over our ankles. And let's circle sweep up, reaching tall. And exhale again, down the side. Hinging forward. So we're not rolling, like rolling and dropping our head and our shoulders. We're hinging right here at the hip, just to wherever you can, come forward. And then inhale, lifting. Exhale, reaching arms out, hinging forward. Inhaling, lifting. This time, let's bring the hands behind us, reaching back as we hinge forward. Think about the shoulders reaching down and back. Shoulder blades reaching towards each other behind us. Airplane pose. And we keep our head and neck long, so we're not look up at what I'm doing on the screen. Just look down, keep your head in alignment, your neck in alignment. Let's exhale and hinge forward a little more, fold over the thighs to where we can. And if you have a block, you can bring the block down, place your hands on the block. Take a few breaths here. And we're going to circle sweep up, reaching tall. Lengthen through both side bodies. Let's clasp our hands even. And we're going to press them up and reach over to the right. Lifting, lifting. And come back to center and reach over to the left. Feeling our feet pressing in the floor and make sure that both sit bones are pressing into the chair so that we're not rolling up onto the left hip and the right hip up in the air. Keep grounded and centered here. Let's lift up to the center and over to the other side, and we'll make sure we can feel how that feels. Staying centered and grounded on both hips. And come back to center. Let's exhale forward, arms come back behind us in airplane. We lengthen the head, the back of the neck with the spine. That means our chin tucks just slightly. We can release the arms, bring the hands down to a block if we have one. You can also bring your hands to your thighs here if you would like. And on an inhale, we sweep up. This time, we're going to move to a twisting pose. Exhale over to the left side, just a gentle twist. We're going to just touch our left hand to the chair, our right hand to our left thigh, maybe across our knee here if that feels good. And we're going to turn to the left, just looking over our left shoulder to wherever we can. We feel lengthen through the spine, so we're not leaning to the left. We're rotating on a straight pole of the spine. And then let's sweep the arms back up, looking up, and a little bit of a back bend as we gaze up and allow our arms to come back. Then we exhale over to the right side, hold on to the chair, bring the left hand across the leg, and turn. Staying perpendicular to the floor as we just turn the head and neck. And we're going to sweep up, inhale, and exhale to the other side once again. Breathing and noticing. Inhale, reaching to the sky, and exhale over to the other side. And sweeping up. A little bit of a back bend here as we gaze up. And then we'll bring the hands together and back to the heart. Close your eyes here. Take a moment to feel the body, to be in the body. Take a moment to notice your feet on the floor. To notice how your sit bones feel on the chair. Allow your face to be soft, your jaw to be loose. And for a moment, just allow the tongue to be heavy in the mouth. We're just breathing here. Good, and we can release the hands down. If you have a block and you would like to use it, you could place your block in front of you, and we're going to move into our feet by placing the right foot out here and rotating the ankle. Circles in both directions. Press through the heel and point the toe. Sam is going to try it with us. He's pointing his toes as well. Press and point. Press and point. You're a good boy, Sam. Press and point. Good. Let's bring our hands under this knee and we're going to lift it up and release it down. Lift up. When we do that, we're engaging the belly here, our core muscles, and also the back muscles, so that we're staying on the chair without falling off. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. And reach and release. And reach up and release. This time, as we lift the leg, let's straighten it. Okay? So we really feel the engagement of the belly, of the low belly, holding us up strong. Bend the knee, release it down to the block or the floor. Inhale, lift the leg, straighten it, bend it, return, lift, straighten, bend and return. Lift, straighten, bend and return. Very nice. Let's bring this ankle to the knee. We're going to flex this right ankle so it stays strong here too and firm, and it's not, the leg isn't flopping. So flexing the foot. And allow this knee to move more parallel to the floor if you can. And sitting up tall. Another option here, if you want to go a little further, is to hinge forward, lengthening the spine, however, and hinging at the hip. So we're not rolling here and collapsing in the belly. We're hinging and keeping a long spine. You may not go forward very far. That's okay. On this side, I'm very limited in my movement because of my hip replacement. It's still a little stiff. So I'm going just to where I can, and I'm breathing there. I'm hinged forward just slightly. I'm feeling this stretch into my right hip. Take a few nice deep breaths with long exhales. When we take that long exhale, we call that a sinking breath. We're sinking down, we're relaxing a little deeper into the pose. We're not pushing deeper into the pose, we're letting go, letting the body melt into the pose. And then let's come back up. And I'd like for you to just take your hands and massage your toes right now, the right foot. Massage at the base of each toe, the little toe, the fourth toe, the third toe, the second toe, and the big toe. Just massage at the base of each of those. And then bring your thumbs down through the ball of the foot. We're rubbing here, rubbing. And then massage down through the center, the instep. This is where we have tight fascia lots of times. For people, that's why it's called plantar fasciitis. Fascia, this interconnective tissue that moves in and around all the muscles. It's pretty tight lots of times. And massage into the heel as well. The sides of the heel, maybe. And then what I'd like you to do is take your left hand on your right foot here, place the ball or the palm on the bottom of your foot and wrap your fingers around your toes. And then push them forward and pull them back. Forward and back. Getting some flexibility in those toes, pulling through the muscles and the bones a little bit. There you go. Good job. And we're going to release that foot down. And before we get to do our wonderful massaging, let's place our right hand over the right knee. And remember, we want to stay as flexible as we can in our hips. Create enough movement to maintain some safety with our legs so that we can lift up and down into a bathtub safely, or climbing stairs, or whatever it is. So we're going to lift up this right leg and open it to the side, press down on it, and then lift it up as high as we can and come back. Press down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. As we inhale up and place the foot down, we're also engaging into the inner thigh a little bit, getting a little bit of a stretch on this inner thigh of both legs when we lean forward like this. Inhale up, come back to center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up and open, press forward. Inhale up and return. Excellent. Now we can massage this leg and send it some love. Yes. And take a little time on all the parts that need a little extra TLC. Maybe it's your kneecap, maybe you're healing your knees, or you've had surgery, you can be gentle with them. Bring the hands down, press the fingers in and press vigorously up and down the skin here. Up and down the shin and the calf, back and forth with your hands, up around the kneecap, getting some circulation in there, and then up and down the thigh, inside and outside of the thigh, top and back of the thigh, vigorously. Back, sit bones. And we're going to come back to center and sit tall. Place the hands on the lap and just notice, with your eyes closed, the difference between the two legs right now. Good. And then let's take the left leg and place it either on a block or on the floor. Doesn't matter. And we're going to rotate the left leg. Are you going to rotate your left leg, Sam? You're going to try and get some good sleep, huh? Rotate the other direction. And then let's press through the heel. The toes come back towards us. And then point the toe strongly. Press the heel, point the toe. We're working the feet, working the muscles in the feet. Point and press and point. The whole time we're doing this, we're not sitting back, hanging out here, relaxing, looking at our foot, right? We're sitting up tall. Our backs are still away from the chair. We're relaxing our shoulders down. And at the same time, our foot is pressing and pointing, stretching either the top of the shin or the back of the calf. Good. And then let's take our hand underneath this knee and we're going to lift the knee up. Remember, pressing into the right foot, engaging the belly to lift. So this is some core work. And release back down. And we lift. And we release. And we lift. And release. Lift and release. Lift and release. This next time we lift up, let's straighten the leg a little bit more. And bend and return. And lift and straighten, bend and return. Lift and straighten, bend and return. Lift, straighten, bend and return. Let's do one more here. Straighten, bend and return. Good. Now we're going to bring this ankle to the right knee. Okay. We're going to flex this ankle so it stays stable and strong here, allowing this knee to become a little bit more, or the shin to become a little bit more parallel if possible. We're not pushing down with pressure with our hands on this knee at all. We're just allowing it to begin to relax down, okay? Just take a couple breaths here as you begin to notice how this feels. Where are you feeling this pose? And then the next part of this is that we can hinge forward from the waist, or from the hips, not the waist, but from the hips. We're going to hinge forward with a flat back and come over this leg. So on this side, on my body, I'm a little bit more flexible on my left, with my left hip, in this pose at least. And you may feel differently on each side, and that's okay. You just notice it and just go with it. And remember, when we are breathing here, we're inhaling a full deep breath. And as we exhale a little longer and a little slower. On the exhale, we squeeze in the belly to get rid of all that air. And then we relax the belly, breathe in again. And exhale, sinking a little bit deeper, relaxing a little bit more. Noticing how you feel and where you feel this. And then let's come back up. And before we go anywhere else with this foot, we're going to massage this foot as well. So massaging the base of the little toe and the next toe and the middle toe and the fourth toe and then our big toe. And then let's press with our thumbs through the ball of the foot and into the center, all the way down the instep. Maybe we can rub it up and down that instep. See what feels good to you. We're waking up our feet. Massage the heel as well. Around the ankle. And then I'd like for you to take your right palm and place it on the bottom over the ball of your left foot, and then wrap your toes, or wrap your fingers around your toes, okay? And then we're going to press the toes backwards and then pull them forward with pressure through the wrist. And backwards we press down and forwards. So we're pushing the toes and we're pulling the toes, massaging them back and forth. And then like squeeze along the side of the foot. Good. And we can release this foot down. Place our hand on the left knee and we're going to lift this leg up. Remember, as high as we're able to. Press down, and with our legs at a 90-degree angle, we lean forward into it, pressing into both feet and feeling a nice stretch on the inner thighs here. Press in, inhale and return and press. Inhale and return. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up, exhale, press. Inhale up, exhale, lean forward. Inhale up, press into the inner thigh. Inhale up, and back. One more time. Inhale up. Feel it in that inner thigh as we stretch. Let's hold that for just a moment. Take a deep breath here. Exhale the breath. And then we inhale up and we exhale back to center. Good. We're going to massage this leg now. We get to send this leg some love and appreciation for the work it's done. Going to massage with our fingertips up and down. We're really moving the lymph underneath the skin, which is part of our immune system. We want to get it all wakened up. All parts. Pressing in strongly with the fingers. Let's move around the kneecap, down the leg. And we're going to come back to our center and just rest palms up on the thighs, and notice how our left leg feels. Close our eyes. Take a nice slow inhale and a longer exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Just feeling our way. Good. From here, placing our feet firm on the floor, we're going to move into cat and cow. So getting a little movement through the spine, okay? So with our hands on our knees, we're going to reach, we're going to slide the hands forward, bring the shoulders forward, and draw the belly back. So we're exhaling here. And then we bring the hands back here. We inhale, we tilt the tailbone up, look up in cow. And exhaling cat, the belly comes back. We exhale, squeeze the air out. Inhale, slide the hands back, look up, shoulder blades squeeze towards each other. And exhale back. We're arching the spine towards the back of the chair. And then we're moving away from the back of the chair. Our pelvis tilts up and down. Moving with your breath. Inhaling in cow, looking up. Exhaling in cat, arching back, dropping the head. Good. Let's bring our hands together in front of us. Our feet are here, maybe together even, with our knees together. You might try it like that. And we're going to paddle our canoe. We're going to hold our oar with these hands that are clasped, and we're going to paddle the canoe as we reach back, twisting. Our knees stay parallel. And then we come up, inhale, and exhale back this way. And then inhale up, and exhale, squeeze. Inhale up, exhale to the other side, squeeze. Inhale up, exhale to the other side. Now we're going to pause here for a moment, and I'm going to ask you if you have something, a wide book or block here, you could place it between your thighs, and we're going to continue and see how this feels as we squeeze into the block. We exhale over to the side, inhale up, exhale, squeezing. Inhale up. We're massaging the internal organs as we do this, and we're also massaging the intestines on both sides. This cleansing to our body. One more. Lifting up. Let's reach the hands out and float them down. We can take the block out. And then let's stand here. I'm going to stand. And perhaps you will want to use your chair for balance. I'm going to turn mine sideways so you can see what I'm doing here. You could either choose to use your chair or not. So we're going to move into chair pose. In chair pose, you could use the chair here. What we do is we bend our knees, line up the knees over the ankles, bend back. Our back is flat, and you can use your chair here if you want to. And then we inhale up. Exhale here. Inhale up. Now, if you're not using your chair, you can come here, hands at heart. There's some other options. We inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Make sure you really feel grounded through the feet, through not just the heels, so you don't want all your weight back into your heels. You want to have them also centered through the balls of your feet. And inhale up. Exhale, heart. Inhale, lift. And if you want a little bit more practice, a little bit more intensity perhaps in a chair pose, we can reach the arms up and come up and exhale and inhale. Your choice. You continue in whatever way is best for you as we build some strength in the legs. Good. I am smelling these wonderful lilacs that I picked out of my yard today, and they're just smell so wonderful. Let's come back to our heart standing tall. We just pause here and we connect to the heart. Connect to the heart. Find the gratitude that we began with this morning or at the beginning of our practice. Breathe that in, expand that into the heart. Think of something that's bringing you joy. Good, good. Now we're going to come to a standing place next to the chair, and you may use the chair if you would like. We're going to move into some balance poses. So one hand on the chair if you'd like, or two hands on your waist if you would like. Simply lifting up on the toes as high as you can, working on the feet first, strength of the feet, and lowering down, and then lifting the toes. You're on your heels, your toes are up, stretched out. Then press the toes down and lift up the heels, holding onto the chair for more balance. Lifting as tall as you can here, and lower down, lifting toes up, pressing them down, Lifting heels up, going back and forth. Exercising those ankles, the calves we feel working. This is also a really great way to move lymph in your body. Get your blood circulation moving through the pumping of your leg muscles. So let's see how we do by standing tall and just finding our balance here. Maybe bringing the hands to the heart if we can. Woo! Or not, maybe holding the chair. Really connect into the ground. Some days we have good balance, some days we just don't. Things are off. Very good, let's release down. Good. And we're going to turn and face our chair now and use the chair again for some balancing poses. We're going to lean forward, hinging at the hip, and lift the right leg up and back. This is a warrior 1 pose, or warrior 3, excuse me. We lift that leg to wherever we can. We feel engaged in the glute and in the thigh. And let's release that down. Roll the hips a little bit. Loosen it up. Yes, and we come back and we do the other side, hinging forward some. And then lifting that left leg up. Strong and steady in the right leg. Breathing, feeling the glute and the thigh working. Strengthening these legs and connecting through that right foot right into the ground, imagining our roots going deep. And we release that foot back down. Good. Let's rotate the hips again. Roll the knees, roll the hips. Just kind of bring us back into neutral. Good. We're going to come back and I'm going to be standing facing you for another balance here. This time we're going to lift the right knee up, bring the left arm across the knee, and turn and look to your right. You could also try bringing the hand to the waist for a full balance here and into a twist. Take a nice full breath, expanding into the low belly. And then exhale, starting at the low belly, we draw the belly in, coming up through the middle of the lungs and the upper lungs. And then we can come back to standing pose and find a nice breath. Let's do the same thing on the other side. We lift the left knee up. We bring the right arm across. Now, if you wanted to, you could turn around and use the chair on the other side, or if the chair's in front of you, you can use the chair there for balance. Or place your hand on your waist, and we turn and gaze and twist to the left. Feeling strong and stable. Long spine, letting the shoulders drop away from your ears. We're gathering the belly on our inhale. We're expanding the belly on the inhale. And on the exhale, we lift the belly in, squeezing the air out into our twist. And let's return to the floor. And again, do a little sweep of your knees, your hips. Loosen it up again. Yeah. Good. All right. Now let's bring ourselves back to sitting pose in the chair. If you want a block, you can use a block for your feet if that feels comfortable, putting feet on a block. If you have short legs, that helps. But from here, we're going to place our hands on our thighs and move into some Sufi rolls before we come to final Savasana. Exhaling to one side and forward, and inhaling to the other side and lifting. Moving with your breath, hinging forward and lifting tall. And then let's go the other direction. And we'll come back to center. And now I invite you to sit all the way back in your chair, or you may lay down on the floor for your final relaxation. If you have a blanket, you can cover up with your blanket. This is a time where you really relax and enjoy the fruits of your practice. Yeah. The settling of the mind, the calming of the body. We close our eyes here. Notice your breath moving in and out naturally without trying to control the breath. Maybe with each exhale you can surrender just a little bit more into the earth. While you are enjoying this wonderful Savasana, I'm going to read the poem that we started with this morning again so that you can think about this and let these words move into your body. It's called Pandemic by Lynn Ungar. What if you thought of it as the Jews consider the Sabbath, the most sacred of times? Cease from travel, cease from buying and selling, and give up just for now on trying to make the world different than it is. Sing, pray, touch only those to whom you commit your life. Center down, and when your body has become still, reach out with your heart. Know that we are connected in ways that are terrifying and beautiful. You could hardly deny it now. Know that our lives are in one another's hands. Surely that has come clear. Do not reach out your hands. Reach out your heart. Reach out your words. Reach out all the tendrils of compassion that move invisibly where we cannot touch. Promise this world your love, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, so long as we all shall live. We know that our lives are in one another's hands in these days. As we rest in our final Savasana here, we surrender to what is in this moment. Being content with what is showing up for us, not trying to change anything. Just being with ourselves and with this moment. Allowing our heart to melt open just a little more. Letting each muscle in the body relax a little deeper. Allowing our jaw to be loose and our tongue to become heavy in the mouth. Every little muscle tension is melting away as we breathe and relax. This is a time that our body can assimilate the work that we did to create new muscle memory and new neuro pathways in the brain. We begin to come back into the room, noticing ourselves laying on the floor. And maybe wiggle fingers and toes. Gradually, we make our way to a comfortable seated place. And we can bring our hands together at our heart now. Take a nice deep breath in and then release that breath. Once again, remembering our gratitude. When we think of our gratitude, that brings us into the present moment. It's such an important place for us to be living in the present moment. Being aware of what's going on around us, what nature is doing right now. The garden plants that are beginning to pop. So thank you so much for being here today with me. I appreciate that. Namaste. I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel and send me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Bye-bye.